Welcome to Fellowship of Games. This is Alan.
This is Dawn.
This is John.
And would you like for me to teach you how to play Tea Witches?
Yes, we would love it.
All right. First thing with Tea Witches, we already have the board game set up here, but I want to go ahead and explain the different sides here. Each one of these has a little icon that you can play one of your TeaPups. These are TeaPups. And that activates the actions you can do underneath, and then it lets you do the whichever, and this is Full Moon Harvest, whichever market you sent your TeaPup to. So jumping ahead there, so first thing you want to do is you want to pick your board, and each board is the same. It has a place for 1 tea storage, and it comes with 3 TeaPups. 2 you use immediately, and 1, if you look over here, you get on day 3 of the fair, and you get 3 coins, and that's your player setup. And on the board, you're going to separate, you have your specialties, which you separate into 3 even piles. Your Celebri-Teas, there's a lot of tea jokes, but you have 3 of them you can join. Then you have the Full Moon Market. These are little things you can add to your board to make it more powerful, let you store more tea. Like if you look, you can put another tea here, and this one, if for whatever tea you put, automatically duplicates right there. So you're going to need more tea because you hopefully throughout the game you're going to serve more and more people and get more and more loyalty from your customers. You have the hex support, like tech support, and these are witches that anybody can fill at any time. All of these are infinite essentially, or this one is. So you can go here and you can fulfill any one of these witches, or you can, and you can buy one of these hex wards. I'll explain these in a second. Over here we have to-go orders. These are like little ways you can get extra scoring at the end of the game. I have that upside down. Let's fix that. And then here, Howl's Warehouse. Whatever doesn't sell the day before moves to Howl's Warehouse for a discount, because some of the items just don't quite work. But these are all worth points at the end of the game, so you do kind of want to buy them. So the way the game works, first thing you're going to do is you're going to essentially, witches are going to line up at your tea hut here, and like, look at mine, it's a wicked little cat. The person's inside serving tea. They're going to line up your tea hut. Everybody does this simultaneously. You're just going to flip over your customers one at a time until you want to stop. Now, if you ever have 2 of a kind, you have to stop immediately. Right here, the hex ward, these customers are always protected. You can keep going. You can keep pushing your luck. There's a familiar. You keep going. Oh, that's a trash witch. They make you put out 2 at a time. So I've run out of space here. But you keep flipping witches over, and eventually you will get, well, I'm having a great hand, a duplicate. So right here, these 2 would be duplicates. And when you have a duplicate, all the stuff you have that's not protected by hex ward gets discarded. But if you stop beforehand, it's a push your luck factor, then all the stuff you have sitting out here, you get to get the rewards for, and on the bottom of it has all the different rewards. Gain you loyalty, gain you coins, and little things. What's this one say? You may swap this card with a previous card and activate the effect again. So it's not the best one to get right off the bat. But essentially, you're going to lay them out until you're satisfied, and then you're going to stop, and you get the rewards at the bottom of the card. That kind of gives you a little extra perk throughout the game, but the main action of the game is where you send your TeaPups. Your TeaPups, you send them out to one of the 6 stores, and essentially you're going to take an action there. And your action, it's one of 3 actions. First action is you can get the tea that's right at the place, put it in your TeaPup. Second action is you can rotate this to wherever you need it to. And the third action you can do is you can then refill your TeaPup. See if I can pull this off. You empty out what's in there, and you take the one that was emptied out and you can put it on, store it on your board. And if you don't have a place to store it on your board, you can't put it anywhere. So you need to. That's why you're buying extra stuff to fill up your board. Now you can supply. These are. We already have a couple things out here. These are your ingredients. If you look at this space, you get 2 actions and an ingredient. There are 3 different types of ingredients. There's sweet tooth, there's peppermints, and then there's eyes. Here's one of the eyes. And so you use the tea and the ingredients to fulfill orders for your witches. That's the next thing you're going to do. You can fulfill. There's a handy little player thing here. So send TeaPup, collect toppings, activate the boutique. So if we went here, you could then service a celebrity if you had the ingredients to service them. This one takes a purple, a green, and 2 peppermints, and you get the reward below. And then you can also service one of your basic wishes. This one's a little pink one, and 2 of the sweet tooth. And once you service them, you get the reward in the corner, or in the case of celebrity, you get the reward at the bottom. And then you put them over here in your loyalty customers. And so, witches you have here, when your next round, when you're laying out your cards again, they're going to, when you serve them, they go first down, you put them face up. Next round, and you're doing all this, they're going to stay over here, so they're not going to be in your cards. So it's kind of a way of getting duplicates of stuff out of your hand. And then these are also worth a lot of points. In your next round, you're going to try and serve them again if you want, and you get the reward again. If you don't serve them at the end of your turn, everything gets discarded. These go back underneath the deck, and these just go back into your discard pile. So that's how you take care of loyalty customers. That's the basic run through of the tea service. The different things here at the bottom, at the different little shops you can send your teapup to. And if you want to see each one of your teacups is a teapup. They have little 4 legs and they go running around. There's 3 spots to go to. This one's infinite, but the rest of them are just 3 spots. You take the actions there, and then you get whatever it says. And so if you go here, you have a chance of serving a celebrity. Here it lets you buy upgrades for your hut, and the small ones are worth 1 or 2, 4, 6 for the big ones. And here, these are essentially infinite witches. You can go to this spot over and over again and fulfill these, and they don't ever come to your board or anything, but you're still going to get coins and what's called loyalty. I'll explain that in a second. Or you can buy a hex ward, and the hex ward, when you buy these, you put them over your hex ward here. So whenever you have your witch here and you put it out, you get this bonus also. So in this case, it's a coin, and you just buy these, which is worth 1, 2, and 3. This one's worth loyalty. This is for one of each. These are to-go orders. You just grab a to-go order. There's the less difficult 2s and the more difficult 4s. So you can get your ingredients, and then you just draw one of these into your hand. You can draw 2 of these or 1 of these. And then Hal's Warehouse, basically whatever doesn't sell over here the round before comes over here, and you can buy it for a discount. And then May's Specialties, these are little power-ups you can buy. They all cost 2 gold. So you put your character in one of these spots, do the actions, and then you can buy one of these for 2 gold. They're worth 2 points at the end of the game, which is nice. And they give you some sort of power-up, like this one lets you immediately refill your teapup. This one gains you 3 extra actions, so you can take 6 actions in a turn, and then you flip it over and it's done. So that's what these are. And then let me explain loyalty. As you gain loyalty, you basically move up this little track, and when you get to the end, you get a loyalty ticket, which is worth a point at the end of the game. But another thing you can do with these is, let's say you have a witch over here you really like, one of these Celebri-Teas, but you know you're not going to be able to serve in this town, so you can spend one of your loyalty tokens and flip them over and keep them over here for another round. So you might save your loyalty tokens and have a whole bunch of people over here in the last round and spend all your loyalty tokens to keep these guys around, because they're worth a lot more points at the end of the game.
Right, now which ones were the loyalty tokens?
These are loyalty tokens.
Okay. And we get those from...
You get those from putting this all the way across to the end. And as soon as you get to the very end, as soon as it goes there, you get your loyalty token, and it just moves right back to the very first spot.
Okay, gotcha. Now I gotcha.
You're just constantly earning loyalty.
Okay.
It's a nice thing. You get loyalty from your cards. You get loyalty from your tea witches. You can get loyalty from hex wards if you if you service these people, they all give you 1 coin and 1 loyalty.
And if you don't get loyalty, you get anxiety.
Yes, anxiety.
Ba-dum-tsh.
So there are 4 rounds. Everyone's called a day, and this is your host. Your host, he's your tech support, and he's going to give you some sort of reward at the beginning of each day, and there's usually a reward at the end of each day. And you go to each day, and on the 3rd day, we got him sitting over here, you get a 3rd TeaPup. So you have even more TeaPups to use.
All right.
And at the end of the 4th day, you do your in-game action, and then you total your points. And so your points are going to be these, your things you bought over here, your to-go orders. I do need to explain to-go orders. I did forget that. And people you've serviced over here. I do believe that these are worth 2 points, and I think the celebrities are worth 4. But to-go orders, I'll just grab a 2 here. This was 2 pink. You can do these at the end of anyone's turn. You can fulfill to-go orders. And the way you do it is you look at the spots out here, and let's say I got a tea witch out there, and this is in them. So I can say I'm going to fill this to-go order, and I have 1 pink here and 1 pink on a TeaPup, and this could be anybody's TeaPup. So let's flip over another one. Well, we got 2 browns. So let's say I'm going to grab John's. He had one here, and it had a brown, and I had this card. I could still fulfill this to-go order because there's 1 brown here, and then John's got 1 brown. But if you look on this card, I would get a loyalty for each tea contributed, and then I would get a loyalty for this, but John would get a loyalty for this, but then I would get, since I was the server, it says to server, I would get the coin value. So let's just show you a 4, which should have several different ones. Oh, perfect. It's got it.
So it's not just the tea that's in your TeaPup, it's also the tea that's sitting in front of you.
It's
in the twirly thing.
It's the tea not in front of you, in front of your pup.
Your pup, yeah.
Yeah, so let's say I had this and then this. So this is 2 browns and 2 blacks and a brown. So we have 2 blacks, one that's in there, and then one that's in here, and then a brown that's in here. So between these 3 spots, or if, say, I had another one out here and it was black and the green was sitting here, it would still qualify because there's 2 browns and a lighter brown. So I would get 2 loyalties, John would get a loyalty, and then I would get 4 coins for this one. So, and then you save this, and at the end of the game, everyone you finish is worth 4 points. It's got a little teeny tiny point thing right there.
And then the teas come out of there when you fill that order?
No, the teas stay in there.
Okay.
Interesting about TeaPups is they're magical. And so any tea that's in them stays in them no matter what. So let's say I had a TeaPup with this in there, and then I had 3 witches, one that needed this color and a green, one needed this color and a yellow, one needed this color and a light brown. I could use what's in my teapot for each and every one of them.
Oh, okay.
But I can't do it for 2. If there's one that needed 2 browns, I would only have 1, because he can only do 1 refill at a time.
Serving, yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So
I think magical teacups that are automatically count as a serving makes sense.
Yes, in the world of tea witches, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how you play tea witches, and then at the end of the game, like I said, you count your what you've built, your to-go orders, points. And your and your loyalty tokens and your witches, and whoever has the most wins.
It even came with a little point score coupon book.
Yes, it does have a score.
Came with that to help us.
A lot of games have been putting these in here lately, which I really appreciate. Your coins,
nice.
Tea tokens. You just basically go down this and total score.
If you're like me and you're paranoid you'll run out, you also have Boardgame Statistics app.
Yeah.
Trackers in it too.
Oh yeah.
It's very nice. So yes, yeah. That's how you play tea witches. So we're about to do a playthrough. I hope you join us and watch our playthrough. And thank you for joining us at fellowshipofgames.com. This is Alan.
This is Dawn.
This is John.
Sure, and like and subscribe. Goodbye.